All right, here we go, everybody. We got ourselves a fresh new series from the KSL, number 43. Spawning down in the bottom right with the new tag. It is the Red Zerg player from Talon. Newly acquired by Talon, it's Dark, the final boss. And his opponent spawning up at the top left for Maturino, it is Astrea in the blue. And he had eyes on a Hatcherino Blockerino. But Dark went Extractor Trick Hatch first and says, nuh-uh, you're not going to get a hatch block on me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Astrea will, of course, try and be a nuisance here with this probe. And the mini game of block your mining begins and rolls on. Oh, I should have been looking at the wall. We've got ourselves an Astrea wall. He loves this kind of thing. We're not going to see a gate nexus, core nexus, right? No, he's building a pylon. No. There's no way. He couldn't. He would never. That would be insane. But I do think he's hiding that probe to take the nexus. It is going to be a quick warp gate and a chrono boost on the Stalker. Dark realizing I've gone a little bit too far, haven't I? And as long as he beelines right back to here, which is exactly what he's doing, he should get away. Even with that Stalker being chrono boosted. There should be no way Astrea gets that. There it is, 238. Third Nexus. My goodness me. That is bold. Dark doesn't even have his own third hatchery on the way. Wow. Wow. This is gnarly. What can Dark do to punish right now? He doesn't have link speed. Doesn't even have it started. I feel like specifically against an Extractor Trick hatch first, this is a very good play. And Astrea going to be building 2 more gateways, 1 to block the pylon. This is so smartly constructed by Astrea. He's only on the 1 gas, of course, because, well, I mean, why would you be on more gases at this point? I cannot believe how fast this third Nexus is relative to the Zerg's third hatchery. God, I love Astrea's brain. It's the biggest, mushiest brain in the business. Mushy because it's so well moisturized. Yeah, that's right. I put that thought in your head. You think about a moisturized brain now. Hallucinated Phoenix gonna kill the Overlord, or provide vision. Kill the Overlord. Dark's gonna see this third Nexus, be like, yeah, it should be starting right now. Wait, what? Yeah, it should be starting right now, shouldn't it? It's done. It's done. Chrono boosts are going through. So many probes already on the map. 45 probes, and Astrea is building nothing but workers right now. And what's he going to go for off of his Twilight? Okay, it is going to be Blink. That makes a ton of sense. We do see roaches on the way here for Dark. He has got to be thinking punish. He's on 3 gases. This is absolutely what I would do as well. I would not feel like what my opponent has done was legal. I would be consulting my lawyer saying, okay, you need to draw me something up to go and punish this. And Astrea's thinking the same thing. Dark is a player that absolutely loves to get aggressive when he can, when he feels he has a kill timing. So Astrea, he's like, yeah, you're going to try and kill me. He's popping down so many additional shield batteries, going up to 4 batteries. Now, Blink is not done, and 2 more gateways just started up. There are so many probes on the map right now. even losing this one Adept is not great. Astrea, I think he just gets run over. If he built a few more gateways first, maybe there's a chance. He's going to try. Battery overcharge can get popped from the high ground. Probes are going to pull into this. He actually gets a little bit of a surround on this one Ravager. That's actually going to help a fair bit. Ravagers are really, well, they're a big key to this. There's that battery overcharge getting popped. 12 probes go down, and it's still a 7-worker lead for Astrea, but he needs that blink to complete right now, and it will be coming online very shortly. Astrea does have more gateways coming online as well. Good positioning from Astrea, but the corrosive biles, oh, well, they force the blink back up to the high ground, and that means more and more probes are going to fall here. Shield batteries on the high ground have been fully depleted of energy. Astrea will drive this back, and Dark is going to start droning, but Astrea is still ahead. He's still ahead in workers, and he is pumping probes once again. I actually think Astrea comes out of this in the lead. There's no layer. There's no layer. An Evo chamber just started. Astrea's in a good spot here. Astrea holds, and he survives, and he is thriving. Now, I don't think Dark is by any means out of this game. He did a ton of damage, but he did not put himself ahead. At best, it was equalizing. And I do think Astrea comes out of this in a completely fine position. Now, the only thing Astrea needs, well, not the only thing, but he does need to think about adding on upgrades and tech. This is the kind of very weird game that Dark really tends to flourish in, that he thrives in, because the game state is so off-kilter. We are going to see a ton more drones coming on down. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Dark is building so many drones. Not that it's a bad move, it's just that he tends to be very aggressive or be concerned about a counterattack in a situation like this. Astrea building a proxy pylon. He's only on 6 gates right now, but it is going to be a proxied gate. Robotics facility coming on in as well. There are a lot of stalkers for Astrea. 30 stalkers. And this is where I was saying, it feels like maybe Dark, he should have maybe been a little bit more concerned about a potential attack here. 4 zealots warping on in. They don't have charge, and he never made charge. Gross Biles actually did kill the creep tumor. Is there an observer? There is. Oh, that girl. And he's. Why is Astrea pushing up this position? He's eating some rather big biles. They're consistently landing, actually. This is. Oh my god, Astrea, please. This is not the position to force. Like, this is the best spot for Dark to fight. But Astrea will eventually drive Dark back. Just because he's got more stuff. And the Stalkers, they are ultra mobile. As long as you don't lose those Stalkers, it's not a big deal. Even if you're fighting into a really disadvantageous concave. And Astrea, does he just have enough here? Blinks are pretty decent. Zealot's being warped into the fight. Astrea is fully sending it. He's got a Nexus on the way, a 4th Nexus. But he is going to take down Dark's 4th himself. +1 melee completed for Dark, but he doesn't even have any Lings right now. Just a few in the front. Barely any to speak of. I think Astrea might just do it here anyways. Now, the lack of charge is concerning for me. I really wish that he was making charge with all the Zealots he's been warping in. Finally, a Forge on the way. I think I would like double Forge from this position, but I don't blame him for single Forge either. Honestly, killing the 4th base, he can kind of just back away. As long as he retains the Stalkers, it's all fine. The Corrosive Biles do have me super stressed. There we go. Finally, we see an Observer coming on up and allowing for some creep clear. Dark is placing these Biles expertly, and that is making it very uncomfortable for Astrea to stick around. We are seeing Infestors. 3 of them just popped out. Infestor, Corrosive Biles. Oh, that could be big! Oh, that was a beautiful wombo combo. Another Fungal Growth going to land. Corrosive Biles this time will not be used, but there is another Infestor with Fungal ready to go. That was the dream fight for Dark, and it just felt like Astrea was flirting with disaster for so long. And then Dark gets those infestors, and me, oh my, those were money fungals. 134 lings go down during the course of all this. Another nice fungal growth coming on in, but only able to get one actual stalker kill. Does get a few zealots with it. Man, oh man. What a phenomenal holding action from Dark. I really got to express the fact that he staggered the biles and constantly placed them down so that it really never felt like Astrea had a safe moment where he could actually move forward and make something happen. I feel like I need to reframe how I talked about that fight, because that felt, even as I was saying it, it felt like I was being critical of Astrea. But what I really should have been doing is being ultra complimentary of Dark, because that was really nice spacing and casting of the biles. It's so easy to have 10 biles available and cast all 10, but Dark was always casting 2, 3, 4 biles at the front and always making a no-go zone, a no-fly zone for Astrea. Really phenomenal stuff by Dark. And then those infestors landed. Really, it was the one fungal growth and fungal growth corrosive bile combo that got the job done. But let's talk about the next phase of the game. There is a disruptor out, another one about to hit the field, and this army is very vulnerable to disruptors. Hive is done. Oh man, more great corrosive bile placements here from Dark. Really just making it so uncomfortable to deal with. +2 melee is done as well. We also see the +3 melee and carapace, and there's the Ultra Cavern coming on in. There are a couple of queens in the main base that are going to be able to shoo away this Warp Prism. Still only 7 gateways for Astrea, and he actually hasn't taken the gas in his main. Man, Dark is just such a miracle worker with Zerg units. There really is no one who does it better at making engagements feel impossible for opponents sometimes. And it specifically feels like he does it to Protoss more than any other race. Oh, we are going to see the Warp Prism trying to come on in here. There is going to be a potential fight in the middle. Ooh, disruptors. Oh, they do get caught out a little bit here, but Astrea able to micro them back. Lings and, oh no, not even Lings, just Banes. Bane's getting in on top of the third mineral line, the natural as well. 23 probes going down. We do see Zealots on the other side of the map. Oh, he needs to click the hatchery. He's warping into the main base. This is starting to get extremely chaotic very quickly, very suddenly. But Astrea didn't kill this hatchery, and the transfuses are good. It's mostly superficial damage coming in against Dark. Ooh, disruptor shot will prevent the fungal growth from being followed up on. Okay, who comes out of this ahead? It is definitely Dark. Had rally on a disruptor. He does lose that one. Very unfortunate for Astrea. Oh, this is nice if he can grab all these drones. Ooh, disruptor shots. One of them does get denied. Second one and third one will be as well. Fungal growth barely getting avoided. Final disruptor does finally go down. If it had a shot available a little bit earlier, that could have been destructive. There is another disruptor behind us. Ooh. Oh, that's a pretty good shot on Lings. Zealot's going to warp in from the side. Yeah, 9 kills right there. The fact that Astrea didn't kill this base is so unfortunate. If he had just clicked it before, he would have gotten it. This time, transfuses from the high ground are abundant, and they are going to keep that base alive. Another 3 probes did go down to maybe just a couple Lings. Holy crap, so much chaos here, but the resources lost has really gone in the favor of Dark here. He is playing this ultra bizarre and high-octane situation to perfection. God, Dark is so freaking good, man. Oh, and Astrea with no static defenses does get drawn to the right side. A single ultra harass. And the burrow! The fast burrowing ultra. Man, oh man. God, Dark is so good. We're going to see a recall on an observer. Yeah, he's going to be able to clear up this ultra. The fact that Dark unburrowed it, even though it doesn't do anything, it's still a nice move to show, like, yeah, I was paying attention. Disruptor shots. Oh, wow, that really looked like it was going to connect on the Ravager, but barely didn't. Neural Parasite is available, will be great on these Immortals, but there's actually not enough to really push through here. However, it opens the door for the Lings into the natural. There are a couple of Archons, which should deal with this. Nice Neural Parasite right there, grabs an Immortal. And Dark just going to kill it instead of using it too much. Ooh, targeting the robotic facility is very nice right here to enable those Ultras. But another Ultra goes down. Astrea is still very much in this game. His economy was heavily checked and was heavily hit. Down 11 workers, still down a lot. And he's even actually down an upgrade significantly. He's going to be 2-1 versus 3-2. Yeah, no, Dark is still definitely in the driver's seat. But this is... Astrea's in a better position than I expected he would be by this point. Oh, finally Dark is going to find this proxy gateway. Ooh, Lings and Banes. They're probably not going to be able to find too much here. I believe, yeah, with only one level armor. Ooh, look at that, Burrowed Banes. Oh, that's cute. With only level 1 armor, we are going to see Banelings one-shotting probes with the +3 attack. Oh, nice job. Okay, he did have an observer, so he did spot that. +1 missile, +3 carapace coming on in. Yeah, it's a, you need 2 levels of armor or shields, I think. Is that right? I believe so, yeah, to make sure that Banelings no longer one-shot. Nice force field right there from Astrea, but is there enough to hold? He does have a lot of Immortals here. There are Neural Parasites available. Banelings going to try and get in on top of this army. They will get mostly cleaned up without getting too much done. But Astrea, he is just getting outmined at this point. Oh, and there's the Neural Parasites grabbing 2 Archons, 2 Immortals. Disruptor Shot does disable 2 of the Neurals. And this actually will be a good hold for Astrea. But in the context of the game, it is still losses he can't really afford. Does he just go for a push right now? Is that the best move? Does he have a War Prism? Yes. It's on 6 gateways, though. That's not a ton. And Dark will have... Well, what will Dark have? Dark doesn't have any Infestors. You know what? This probably is Astrea's best moment. Disruptor shot. Oh, it does get dodged again. Good job by Dark. Astrea on 5 Immortals. Oh, as I say that, he loses one of them. Big counterattack on the other side of the map. That might be the best move for Dark right here. He is going to find 17 probes and counting. And he might actually just kill all of Astrea's Nexi. Ooh, big link forward will grab the Ultras. Good job right there from Astrea. He's going to be able to get the second one as well, but the Transfuse is coming through, keeping that alive for a long time. Yeah, Astrea, even if he breaks through right now, he is being broken on the other side of the map, and the Lings coming back home probably are going to be enough. Even without that, this one Ultra staying alive forever, and Dark takes a truly scrappy game number 1. What a game. Very well done. What a game number 1 that was, as we have spawning down in the bottom left for Talon. It is Dark. God, he's so freaking good, man. And his opponent, honestly, performing very well from a couple of really tough situations. It is Maturino's Astrea in the blue. That big army he got at the very end, I think he knew that it was going to be really tough to actually win that one, but he did make it kind of close. Did make it look kind of close, at least. But to be honest, Dark, as long as he macroed correctly, it felt like he was always going to be able to win that one. We will see a gold base first. Alcyone for a little while. This was basically what every Zerg did on this map. And then Protoss got kind of good at dealing with it, and we stopped seeing it as often. But we are going to see it again here on... Well, how long has this map been in the pool now? 4 months? 3 months? I don't know. Time is a flat circle. I lose track of it all the time. It's going to be a Nexus first, though, from Astrea. Astrea loves this kind of thing. He's setting up for a potential another very quick third Nexus. We'll see if he goes for that. Astrea did scout. No, he did not scout the gold. Oh, but he's going to see the mined out mineral patch. Do you go for a forge? No, but he's going to go for a second gateway and a janky little wall. Truly a hideous sight to behold. Okay, but he's able to... That does full wall, right? Yeah, it's got to. It's got to be a full wall. There's no way. That would be so silly if it wasn't. Ooh, proxied pylon. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? What's he going to do? I think we will see probably a double Chrono Wand and Adept, which actually should be really good against what Dark's done here with that fast gold. We just now see link speed starting up. I say just now. It's a standard link speed. It is going to finish up at the 330 mark. But double Adept is going to be tough to deal with. And there will be around, what, 20, 25 seconds before link speed completes when the Adepts get to that gold, assuming that's where they go. Is it going to be a proxied gateway? It's got to be, right? No, proxy Stargate. Yeah. Oh, that is so clever because Dark gave him the opening. Dark is never going to expect this. That is very cute. Now, I still think it's going to be Proxy Oracle. I think it will be Proxy Oracle, but you could make a case for Proxy Void Ray. Huh. And trying to take down the hatchery. Here come the double Adepts. How much damage can they get done? One drone. And force a lot of lost mining time. Link speed will complete very shortly. So Astrea needs to be careful. Yeah, something... No, we'll talk about it later. Oh, where did he go? Where did he go with the Adepts? Oh, he's just going to cancel the Shade. Okay. Oh, no, he's supply blocked. He's got a pylon finishing very shortly. Astrea will get surrounded here, so he will lose these two Adepts. Actually, will he lose the other one? Just barely. Oof, not able to shade out there. A little bit unfortunate. Chrono Wand Warp Gate coming on in. And another gateway being produced. Dark, he does have a Roach Warren on the way. Building a second gas in the main. But yeah, in game number one, the transfuses from the high ground by Dark were very clutch. Just incredibly useful play. I don't know if I like this from Dark. Yeah, that felt like it was kind of trying to force in a win that he was never going to get. Here comes the Oracle in the main base, getting 7 drones. Just 1 queen on the defense. And that's why Astrea is the pro gamer. Going for that Oracle was obviously the correct call. 7 drones is so much damage. Even with a gold base. Which, by the way, does compensate for a lot of the worker disadvantage. Nice round from Dark once again. Does grab one of these Adepts. Another true drones just went down somewhere. But it's 2 more in the main. Where did... It must have been the Adept. The Adept must have shaded to the gold. We will see this getting scouted. And the... Okay, so the fact that Astrea committed to that third gateway really hurts because he has been figured out. He has been fully sleuthed out. Good job from Dark, knowing from the timing that something was amiss. And this was intending to be a very aggressive play. It was 4 gates. He just warped in 4 stalkers. Oh, Astrea going to pick the fight against this 1 queen. Other one is a little bit too far away. Astrea does get the kill. No. He cannot replace these oracles. Oh my god, and he almost loses the second one. Really cool play out of Astrea here, but not in a fantastic position. Losing that proxy Stargate, losing the proxy gate, the proxy pylon, and one of the oracles. Resources lost actually favoring Dark. Oh, this is not exactly ideal for Dark, though. Okay, it's just 1 roach. If it had been a couple roaches, well, 2 roaches, that would have been a little bit more painful. We do have a layer finally on the way here for Dark. 3 gases. 3 gases? 3 gases. And still on a gold base. So even though his worker count is a little bit lower, he's actually mining more minerals. However, Astrea will start to pull ahead as this third base starts to mine for realsies. And especially when that gold base starts to run a little bit low on resources, which is to say, once it mines out, but it's actually not even super close to mining out. It will mine out in probably 2 minutes. But by that point, Dark's going to have definitely this base. It's finishing right now, and maybe even a 4th base done. Or I guess it would be a 5th base, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We got double Robo Colossus coming on in from Astrea. Could be Disruptors. Actually, Disruptors might be the better choice. I think he's trying to figure out with the Scout what is the better choice, and he sees, okay, no Spire, no Infestation Pit. I actually do think I like double Disruptor better, because off of a gold base, it's likely to be a very heavy ground-focused army. I actually like this a lot. Now, the one problem for Astrea is what I'm showing right here. No Twilight Council. He's got quite a few Stalkers, 9 Stalkers, and no Blink. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Only on 3 gates as well. That's a problem. Now, it could be good for Astrea if Dark attacks into him, specifically because there are those Disruptors. Roach speed and +1 missile about to complete. Oh, no. Oh, okay, he does get the dodge. Oof. It is going to be charge, by the way, no blink. And that makes sense. You need fighting capability, and blink, while it's a good upgrade for utility, and you can take good fights with it. Oh, please cancel. Aye. A little bit unfortunate right there. Astrea is not exactly rolling in money, so not getting the cancel does hurt. Dark, well, I alluded to it. The gold base is mining out, and he actually just started his 5th base. But I guess as he takes these gases, he can make use of the drones he has anyways. You see double attack upgrades coming in from Dark. Once again, this is such a chaotic series. Such a weird one. +1 weapons has completed here for Astrea. Oh, great force fields. The disruptor shot is a big one. It's about the best. Oh my God, that's a huge disruptor shot as well. I think Astrea might just do it here with this push. There's no Bane speed yet. And those force fields really caught Dark flat-footed. It got me flat-footed too. I was not expecting those. There's like no army for Dark. It all got blown up. Holy moly, those were some big disruptor shots. The force fields were perfect too. They were spread. It looked initially like they were spread in an unoptimal way, but it was very optimal. Oh, big Baneling counterattack. Does get some Stalkers and a lot of probes, but Dark, well, hang on. If he can find a way to clean this army up, it's a good flank from Dark. Disruptor. Oh, decent spread. What? The disruptor shots are still getting good connections. Astrea is continuing to drive forward. He's got to be careful. A lot of his disruptors are on cooldown right now, and he does not want to push up this ramp, but another couple of good force fields right here. The force field usage from Astrea has been the star of this game, and the star of the last minute and a half for Astrea. He still needs more reinforcements, though. It feels like this army is still very flimsy. It's very small once the disruptors are out of the equation, but Astrea is doing an excellent job, despite being on creep this whole time, of never letting that actually come to pass. And now Astrea, well, it feels like maybe he feels like maybe he could have gotten more. But I don't blame him for backing away. He probes up. He's already on 75 workers, 4 bases. He reprobed this third. +2 attack is on the way. The thing is, against Dark, like, you never take anything for granted. So even if things are going well, which they were, Dark made that fight so difficult for Astrea, or so... He made it feel like such a difficult thing. that I think he almost in a weird way bluffed Astrea to go home by just microing really well. Looks like some Banelings detonated on some Zealots and Archons. But I think that was a very expensive... Yeah, 11 Banelings died, and that means it was more than that. Because there's no way he just killed all of them. Well, maybe he did. Still, that's a lot of money. Dark is going to be maxed out on a lot of Roaches. Now, there will be one Viper here. Tech-wise, Astrea's army is definitely better. Man, it's so difficult to commentate a game like this because the game is so far away from normal conventions. Really nice grab, by the way, from Dark. 3 Archons and a couple of Zealots. It was a lot of Lings, but that's very worth it for Dark. Clearing up 3 pretty important tech units and allowing his left side army to potentially get some big run-by damage. Now Astrea, oh no, he's got to decide. He either needs to recall or do something else, but it's going to be a run-by into the natural. Dark will get those Lings in. You will force a recall at the 3rd, which means the Lings and the natural, they're going to go to town. Battery overcharge will get popped. Good job from Astrea there. What? Is there a warp in available? Looks like a bunch of Banes were morphed and then canceled. A lot of probes going to go down in the main. Oh, and there's... Oh, no. Lings do clear up the... or Zealots clear up the rest of the Lings. Astrea does have Blink completing very shortly. He's still on a big army supply, but once again, Dark has kind of alchemized this game. Turning water into gold. Still... This is a potentially very scary army disruptor shot. Gets a couple of Ravagers, maybe one. But not a huge hit. +3 missile is going to complete as well for Astrea. Oh, nice, or pardon me, for Dark. Nice double prong coming on in. That's 2 hatcheries that were killed and not canceled. Throws the biles. Ooh, I think they might have killed a disruptor. No, he's a stalker. Oh, very nice cancel right there from Dark. Got out of the way of the disruptor shot. You see the Zealots warping in. And nice. I like that cancel very much from Astrea as well. Good job, both of them getting out of there just before their units. We're going to be in trouble. Counterattack coming in from Dark. Astrea's Zealot warping is nowhere near enough to deal with this. And especially now with Banelings coming on forward. Ooh, Probe's going to pull. Oh, and they actually do bait out the Banes. Nope, never mind. It was the Archons that blew them up, was it? Yeah, I think so. Immortals will not be enough on their own. This is a few too many Roaches. Absolute, man, this series has been chaos incarnate. This is one of the sickest best-of-3s. Zealots will... they will not be enough, actually, to deal with these Roaches. These are +3 missile Roaches versus just +2 attack Zealots. And there were just a couple more Roaches here. A lot of lost mining time on this base. Somehow, even now, the game is still very much in flux. These are +2 Adrenal Glands Lings. You can see Dark looking for a counterattack, looking to go for another base trade here. Oh, Burrowed Roach is very cute. Immortals will clean these up. Oh, Zealots. Look at that. Burrowed again. Dark is such a nuisance. Oh, the High Templar. 2 or 3 of them at least just got taken down. One of them did get saved by the battery overcharge, but... Recall. Okay, recall does go through. Is this even a good recall? No, there's nothing that deals with Lings particularly well. Only 1 Archon. And so many of the Disruptors going to go down. He saves the Nexus, but loses a ton of power units. Now, was that all of his power units? No, it wasn't. God, this game is absolutely all over the place. Only 1 Disruptor remaining, but there are quite a few Archons and Immortals. The choke working against Astrea very much. Disruptor. Oh, hitting Zealots and Banelings alike. Storm somehow completed during all this. Looks like Dark tried to go for a kill on this base. Once again, wasn't able to get in there. The Roaches that were burrowed from before get into the natural. My God, this game is crazy. Absolute Game of the Year material stuff here. Just straight up pure action. Finally, the base on the top side goes down. Immortal's gonna fall. Archon's gonna fall. Dark, he is everywhere. Ooh, Corrosive Biles on the High Templar. Nope, they will get dodged. But 1 Archon does fall. Dark starts up an Ultra Cavern. He's completely in the driver's seat in this game, but his tech is not amazing. until he unlocks a little bit more Hive stuff. Now, that could be more Vipers. It could be those Ultras. It could be Broodlords. Broodlords would be a checkmate move right now. Almost certainly. But if Astrea were to sniff that out and were to get across... Oh, as I say that, there's the Spire. Good job, Dark, recognizing it. Astrea, if he were to push at a timing when Dark was trying to go into Broods, there could be a big opportunity for the American Protoss to get something done. Man, these guys are actually they're playing so freaking well. Disruptor does grab a couple of units right there, as Dark was obviously attacking the rocks. We do see, oh, Storm in the middle of the map. There are enough Zealots and Immortals to fight through here. Zealots or Lings are going to rotate over to this left side, and Zealots go down. Yeah, I was going to say, recalling the Immortals is a very smart decision. Does lose the Disruptor and all the Zealots. But he saves the Immortals, which is something at least. Storm. Oh, Storm just killed a lot of Lings. Zealots do have that +3 weapons and +2 shields, so they're actually pretty good here. Bailey's coming in. There's so many moves coming in from these players. Oh, losing the Immortals would be really bad. Obviously, recall was already used. No Storm available on these High Templar. Ooh, this is going to be some big losses for Astrea. Gets the Archon morph just barely. And that Immortals barrier barely keeping alive. Bailey's will get on the top of the mineral line, getting a couple of probes. Meanwhile, more action, more attacks to the gold base this time. Dark continuing to run by. He will kill this base. Storm not going to be able to protect it. Lings getting it on top of this one pylon. If he killed that, would it depower the robot? I'm not even sure. The other one's in range. Ooh, Storm will drive this army back. Astrea is running out of money here. Dark will get stormed on the right side with these Lings. There is so much coming the way of Astrea. The fact that he has not crumbled under the relentless onslaught of Dark is so impressive. But it feels like once Broodlords hit the field, it feels like that is the ultimate checkmate move here. We got 6 Corruptors coming on out. The only thing Dark needs is to actually sack a little bit of supply. Astrea, though, he might just get a whole lot of damage done. This is a misplaced hatchery, but I'm not going to be too nitpicky about this. There's so much action going on. That might not even be misplaced. That might just be crazy. Lings, ooh, they're going to try and slip in on this base, and they will find the cannon. The Zealot, there's not enough warpins just yet. 6 Broodlords coming on in. And once again, I do believe that that's the checkmate move. Nice little burrow play from Dark after he kills the cannon. Oh, good warp in there from Astrea. I actually think I'd like to see maybe more than 6 Broodlords, but I'm honestly okay with staying on a core ground army and trying to use those, trying to use the Broods to just snipe High Templar. Because that's the only thing keeping Astrea even remotely in this game right now. The one Viper is such a funny setup. It has 1 kill. Did it? Oh, it parasitic bombed a War Prism at some point. Ooh, big. Well, actually, not even that big of storms. Mostly on Ravagers, and the Transfuses were there as well. Oh, battery overcharge, barely keeping that High Templar alive. It does have a Storm remaining. That's kind of a big deal. No Storm coming in here. Abduct on an Archon is valuable, and these Broodlords in a really great position, sieging from the low ground. And like I said, I feel like these are kind of the checkmate unit here. Big Blink forward, going to try and grab one of those Broods, but no thank you, says Dark. Meanwhile, Lings, they're going to run into the natural again. Lings and Banes, more and more probes going to fall. Dark has been absolutely unreal in this. Recall going to come on in to save, I guess, the base, but as much as anything to get the army out of there. Counterattack on the left side will find a base, but the drones burrow. Oh, but there is an observer here. Nice job from Astrea to make sure that he's, well, he's got everything covered. Amazing that it actually ends up being a bit of a base trade. And, I mean, the mobility of the Broodlords is still, even with the speed buff, a big weakness. Dark does still have a bank. He is going to be on 3-3-3 for his ground in moments, which actually is a big deal. Specifically, the +3 Carapace completing in the Zealot versus Ling interaction. Because now Zealots will no longer two-shot Lings anymore. They will be permanently three-shotting them without support. So that's actually a big swing in the favor of Dark in that interaction. A lot of drones did go down. Counterattack. Dark's starting to get a little bit wasteful with the Ling run-bys. They've been very effective for him so far. And I still... Oh, that Archon surviving is a big deal. Wow. It's really nice for Astrea. Astrea's actually ahead in army supply right now. Dark might have thrown away too many Lings. How many Lings has he lost in this game? 648. It's not like he hasn't gotten amazing value with them, but... Now, the big thing is that there is no answer to the Broods. But without that many Broodlords, only 6... Like, if he can find them either exposed or, you know, can storm a bunch of units and push them away, there's still a very reasonable shot for Astrea in this game. In fact, the army value is favoring Astrea right now. Now, he does not want to fight on creep. That is very clear. But he needs to clear out more of that creep. Where are the observers? Okay, there's one in the middle. And then one with each army, so that's good. For Astrea, that is. Dark... Actually, hang on. Dark's barely mining. His gold base is run completely dry. He's just now getting this base oh my god. Oh my god. I'm looking at the bases and I'm thinking like, yeah, Astrea's not in that great of a position. Or Dark's not in that great of a position, but he's actually... He's in a way worse position than I was thinking. If Astrea keeps this base up and running, it is all steam ahead for the Protoss. What a game. Oh, Storm on these Broods is nice, but losing a High Templar is not. I do like this counterattack from Astrea. This is a really strong army. Oh, gotta pull the probes. We'll get out there with a lot of these. In fact, maybe all of them. Ooh, there are a lot of Ultras here. But there's also 4 Immortals. Oh, we've got a bit of a pincer action, trying to fight away from the Broodlords right now. There are 12 Broods on the map. A big pincer coming in on these Ravagers and Ultras. Oh, there are Storms available, and a lot of them now. Astrea. Ooh, look at this. Dark. Who's going to get pincered after all, actually? Storms on Ravagers, not the ideal usage, but it can be very effective. Lings on the bottom side. They're going to find even more probes. Only a few of them. Oh my god, that recall was... That recall was so far off the Nexus. That was weird. How did that just... What even was that? That made no sense to me. Where are the 3 observers? Okay, there's one here. That was so bizarre. Oh, nice force field. Very nice sentry placement. Putting it in the pocket. Dark will find his base on the bottom side, but of course Astrea has the other base. If Astrea, even now, Astrea, after losing that base and 11 more probes, is still going to be, I think, out-mining Dark. God, this game is a straight-up banger, but there's no answer to the Broods. However, if Astrea could even get out like 3 Tempests, I know it seems insane because, but yeah, Dark's building more Corruptors. No, while there's a base mining, Sky Toss probably isn't the answer unless Astrea can take another, maybe even 2 base. Well, yeah, if he can take another base. He did transfer some of the probes that were oversaturating that other base. There are 3 Broodlords at home, and there's a lot of energy on these Queens. Ooh, I like the feedbacks very much on those Queens. He didn't get all of them. He got all but 1. Oh, that's a very nice Ultra run by. There's no recall available. Battery overcharges pop. Recall's available very shortly, but it's not up yet. Meanwhile, Broodlord Ravager on the right side. Nice snipe on a couple of High Templar. He actually might have gotten quite a few. Oh, the Ultras. They did shoot through the Stalkers. There's so much to look at in this game. 19 probes went down. Burrow on the Ultras. Oh my god, it's so sick. Oh, not able to get the Burrow there. Base on the right side will go down. Oh, Astrea, get the units out. Get him out. Okay, he does manage to escape. God, this is getting increasingly intense. Dark is pulling further and further ahead. Oh, these Broodlords. There's only 6 of them, but there's barely any anti-air. It's Storms and Archons, which are not exactly the ideal scenario. However, now a lot of the army is very out of position. If this army of Astrea can join up with the one on the left and find these Broodlords, no, he's not going to be able to do so. The army maneuvering has been so clinical and yet so fast from both players, but Dark has shut down Astrea's mining advantage, and now it is Dark taking one of the bases that Astrea had. This is actually one of the craziest games. Another Nexus gonna fall. We're up to 713 links that have gone down. A bunch of Overlords will go down on the top side, and that actually will supply block Dark below max. Oh, nice blink right there from Astrea, and a nice Storm as well. 13 kills on that High Templar. Now, is this the full base trade? Is there anything at home for Dark? He's got 18 Broodlords. This is Astrea's moment. This is where you want that Stargate. Oh, he's going for the main, but he does have an army on the bottom side. Nice little spread from Dark on his army, saying a bunch of Ravagers and the Ultra. We're going to see Astrea trying to outmaneuver these Broods. The Broods are a lot faster than they used to be, but Storm is actually potentially going to be good on a don't chase me, bro scenario. Hive in the main base will go down, as will the Greater Spire, but he can only recall one of these armies. He doesn't have a mothership, so he doesn't have a second recall. He saves a lot of the Archons, does get into the natural, which is where there's another lane counterattack coming on. And this is actually such a crazy game right now. Ravagers are just, well, they're going to be able to buy time for the Broodlords to get back in position. Good avoidance of the Storms, and this time it is all, well, it's too late. It's too little too late. It's been one of the greatest duels I've seen in a very long time. But Astrea is just straight up out of money and out of units. A very cool maneuver. And even then, even up until about 45 seconds ago, if Dark had incorrectly responded to this move, he could have absolutely found himself in trouble. But it's not going to happen. Astrea will not be able to find the opening he was looking for, and Dark takes one of the most exciting, entertaining games I think I've legitimately ever cast. That was pure adrenaline from start to finish. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos. God, leave a comment for God's sake. That was so good. And we will catch you on the flip side.